Yeti stereo microphone. There. That's interesting. Hello. Apparently there was no audio for that whole first part of that thing. This is fine. It's all right. I'm sure everything is grand and nothing is broken. Yeah. What I'm actually you're gonna get a little bit of feedback on here just for a second because I'm just gonna double check this is coming through the right thing on the other side. There we go. And so there might be a little bit of echo and a little bit of chatter on here. And ooh, yeah, cool. All right, that's cool. That's working. We like that. So, yeah, when I booted up my computer this morning, you know the Windows 10, like the default, like the rock arch with the ocean that you get when you first install it, and then you never see it again because you put in the thing which does the custom wallpapers with the landscapes and the animals. This morning that came back, and I was like, oh, this is bad. It's not supposed to go backwards. Anyway, right, let's hack some code. So, what we are going to be doing today, let's check our spec. Let's check let me open up my Typora here, which is where I edit my README files. And, ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, reload content from disk. What the heck just happened there? Oh no, hang on, this is the wrong folder. Let me close that one out. Open recent. I want that one there, is what we want. That's the wrong. I got two different folders called Guitaraoke web app. This is fun. We're gonna start again. Turn it off and on again. Open folder Guitaraoke. There we go. app.guitaraoke.live. Guitaraoke web app somewhere in here. There we go. readme.md. Mobile optimized web app. See all songs is done. Can I Alt Shift 5? Boom, done. Pick your favorite songs. Start. Yes. Boom. Done. Sign up. We're working on that today. Cancel signups. Can you see the queue? We don't have a queue yet because you can't sign up yet. And then I got a whole backstage area that I need to plug in there. And do I need an API to rebuild the song list? Probably not. Question mark. Do we actually need that? And I got a note on here to fix the search, so let's mobile optimize, see all songs, pick your favorite songs, sign up, and search for songs, including, kill that, weird punctuation handling. So, e.g. a search for what's up needs to find what, and this is going to be what, but it's going to be what with a smart apostrophe. What editor is this? This is called Typora, and it is a WYSIWYG editor for Markdown files that I use for writing GitHub, like Jekyll and GitHub Pages sites and README files and all that kind of stuff. And it's beautiful and amazing, and I love it dearly. The link is here. So yeah. Check that out. It's very, very cool. And it's got a whole bunch of different, like, you can have you want it to look like a newspaper, you want it to look like whatever that is, you want, the one I tend to use is the GitHub one. I use this to write a lot of, like, documentation and workshop handbooks and stuff, where Markdown has just the right amount of complexity without getting bogged down in lots of complicated WYSIWYG editoring-y stuff. So we got 0146, boom. There, make a note of that. Okay, so what are we doing today? We got sign up. What do you want to sing or play? So that's the thing we're building in now. So last night I got as far as, I'm just going to run the thing. We're going to see what we get at the other side of it. And so it's quite an interesting project because it has a database that isn't a real database. When you start the app, you get a list of songs with no signups, no users, no nothing. And then as you start kind of clicking around, it builds up, but it's all in memory. So if you restart the application, you lose everything. So we got as far as this. We got star, 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 refresh, so that's persistent, that works. I mean, we know it works because there are unit tests. We got as far as this little thing here. What do you want to do? Sing, lead guitar, rhythm guitar. So I'm saying I'm going to sing, and I'm going to play rhythm guitar, and my name is Dylan, and I'm going to hit submit. And yay, I get back, and yay is good, because yay comes from here. and yay means it's okay. Now what I need to do now is that should actually redirect to the me page, and that'll show you all your songs and the stuff that you've got linked in. So let's plug that in. So root controller tests, root controller song test, index test. We're gonna create a new so we are gonna plug in a root controller. Me. We'll call it me. Me is nice. So this thing is gonna test the me endpoint. Let's move that to root controller me tests. First thing to test is database equals new database. Make controller. Boom. var result equals. That needs to be inside a method. Public async task root me returns page, or returns view actually. So I'll drop one in. Good morning. Guitar Karaoke is something like Rocksmith. Kinda, yeah. So it's basically the way that the whole setup works is, I'm just trying to think what I can show you on the stream without getting blocked for copyright violation. Let's have a look. So basically, it's the backing tracks have guitar chords on them. Let's pick something they're probably not going to worry about. There we go. Heaven is a place on earth. We'll play like 10 seconds of this. So you see we got the guitar chords coming across the bottom of the screen, the lyrics up on screen, and the video, the audio for this video clip is a 5.1 surround mix. So if I open that up if I open it in Winamp, I've got a Winamp plugin on here. Open with Winamp, where's Winamp? There we go, boom. And what this lets me do is, yeah, there we go. Where's my actual player here? Let's pause that. And if I go and open up the output plugin here, so I got options, preferences, and Winamp, output, matrix mixer. So this is just a little thing I found on SourceForge actually. That will let me. So let's jump that forward. And so what this gives you is independent control over each level on the audio. So crank up the bass. Is that going to kick in? There you go. Yeah. So yeah, Rocksmith Guitar Karaoke is like Rocksmith but real. As in real instruments in a real room with real people, and it doesn't run off of Xbox. It runs off a whole bunch of software that I'm building and putting together. So simpler and cleaner than Rocksmith. Yeah, but Rocksmith is about gamification. Rocksmith is about you being at home in your bedroom on your own and thinking that you're playing in front of a live audience. When you actually have a live audience, you don't need to gamify it, because the real people are really there, and when they really clap, it's all in like beautiful 3D smell-o-vision. Right, root me returns view. We're gonna plug in one of those, and wait, so that's gonna be c.me as view result, and result.should not be null. And actually what I'm going to do, we're going to jump with user. We're going to jump ahead one little step here. C.me as view result. Var model equals result.model as user. And model.should not be null. So there we go. Okay, so stop that running. That's cool. Boom, stop, await c.me. So now we're gonna get a build. No, we weren't gonna build it. Won't even build because me does not exist. So we jump across into there. Bang on that. Create method me. So public async task returns I action result. Me. And what do we got to do in here? We are going to user equals tracker.get user and return view wrapped around user. There we go. So now this will build, and that test should pass. There we go, that's green. So now we need the next test, which is we take one step further back, and instead of testing a controller action, we actually test a kind of web endpoint. So Oh yeah, let's clean some stuff up. I left a bunch of stuff. It was late last night when we wrapped this up. So we got the user tracker tests. We got the cookie jar. That's all fine. Web tests. So there's that. Jump down to the end of that. I'm gonna drop another test in here. Fact public async task root me returns. Okay. So we got var response equals await factory.create client, and I can actually just drop this in straight away. Factory.create client.get async slash me dot hang on. So I need to, yeah, this is the thing. Dot is success status code dot should be true. I don't know whether I like that being in a one-line test or not. I mean, it's a valuable test because it's going to fail. And there we go. Returns okay. Failing because the view me was not found. So let's plug the view in. So I'm going to move property. There we go. Move that out of the way a little bit. So we've got views, we've got root views, we've got index, we got queue, we've got song, we've got boom boom. Copy that, right click, rename. That's me.cshtml. And so model for this is going to be user. And right, view data.title equals user dot. Now we user. Okay, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. First thing to do, boom, nothing. Now there's potentially quite a nice little piece of reusability I can plug in here, which is a let's say, look, get that URL, get it back, verify that it's valid HTML, parse it, extract the title, verify you're getting the correct thing back in the title page there. So let's just try var response equals await factory dot that. And there was in here somewhere so we had a get song document in there. We give that a yep. So I'm going to pull out that little chunk of code there, drop that in down here, and factory.that. So there's a response, content read async. So this configuration browsing context is angle sharp, which is our HTML parser. Document equals await that. So now I can say document dot query selector title dot inner HTML dot should be my songs. See if that works. And why is that complaining? Because possible null reference, so that's all right. There. So there's a bunch of stuff because these are tests. We want it to blow up. Production code, we do not want that to blow up. But if we do get anything wrong here, okay. So that's factory create client query selector title dot inner HTML dot should be. Now let me see. Did I have something else in here that was validating a title element? Yeah, okay, so that one, yeah, that was already pretty. Okay, cool, that's fine. Right. There. Okay. Next thing that's up, we need if the user has a name, we want the name to come out in this page here. So web tests is that. Let's plug in a bunch of stuff in here. So we've got db.list songs, that should contain that. Take that breakpoint out. Root me returns okay. And I'm going to make this a theory, and I'm going to put in inline data, and I'm going to put in bunch of test cases here. So Surly Dev was on the stream last night and volunteered as tribute. So Surly Dev is in there. And inline data, so if we have null as the username in here, we need like a fallback username. We need like, what are we going to call someone if there isn't someone? Or if they haven't actually signed up for anything yet. So guest is probably a good one. Or, I don't know, something. The reason I'm pausing for a second here is I want to, what's that page going to look like? All right. Actually, no, I'm not going to have it. It's just going to say welcome. And we'll put me in as well. So query selected title should be that. So what I got in here is string name and string inner expected HTML. So title should be my songs. We got that already. So document.queryselector.h1.innerHTML.should be expected HTML. But before we do that, we need to spoof a bunch of stuff. So where's my code in here that actually includes a cookie? So there we go. We've got a chunk of code here that we can duplicate, because that basically does the same thing but with the wrong values. So dropping down here, and that equals, drop that out. So var user equals user, name equals name. So that's what we got in there. That'll give us a user, which may or may not have a name, because if we pass an empty string or we pass in null. Create client db equals that, db.saveUser's fine. Song, that can come out, we don't need that. That is gonna get /me. Add the cookie to the request. The response equals that, await response.content.read as string, browsing context, and document query selector h1 should be that. And that is not building. No, it is building. It's just not running. Okay, cool. Failing tests. So to fix the tests, jump over to me. And at top of this, we're going to say, so what do we got? User.name or there. And what do we got on user.name? Does not exist. All right. Let's open up guitaraoke.data.user, public string name, get and set. Okay, that's interesting. Where's that pulled in from? It needs to be model, doesn't it? Now that's always going to be string.empty, which means it's never going to be null. Good morning, Renee. How are you? Let's have a name is actually going to be nullable. So that's going to be a nullable string and public string name. And what that property is actually going to be is we'll put a proper field in the background, private string name. That's nullable. And then a public string name is going to be string.isNull or empty name. So if we put an empty string in, we get null out, because that means we can do a coalescing. So if it's that, then null, otherwise name, which is think gonna give us what we need here. Let's move the constructor up. Fields at the top, then the constructor, then the methods that actually have some logic on them. All right, there's that plugged in there. Did that test pass yet? No, let's rebuild that. Ah, cool. Can't assign to that. Maybe we do the slightly different. So there's a bunch of different ways we can tell whether the user has a name or not. We can put in a string that might be null. We can put in a user.hasName, which returns a Boolean, and we can switch based on that. I like the null coalescing. I like the fact that null means we don't know. Let's... maybe we don't need any of that stuff. Maybe it just needs to be a nullable string. Public string... Drop that out. And some logic to make sure that if someone gives us the empty string, we don't populate the empty string into the database. Name equals name. There we go. Plug that in there. Plug that in there. Right. Rebuild. See what we get at the other side. Clean build. Root me includes that. Should be high there, but was just high. So that should be... yeah, model.name should be coming back as null. Null should be triggering the... Yeah, okay, we put an empty string in the test case, which was dumb. So let's go into our user.cs and name equals... If someone wants to be the empty string, they can be the empty string. There. Boom, that failed. Because there's a rogue space. Weird little edge cases, but you know what? I make a decision. That is how it's going to work. If you're empty string, you get high with a little space on it. Right, let's fire that up, see what we get. Boom, run the thing. Four Non-Blondes, what's up? I want to sing and play rhythm guitar and submit. And yay, that's me. But now if I go to /me, I get, hi there. Yeah, that's cool. And right, so we need to put a couple of things in. So let's go into our layout.cs HTML. All songs is there. ASP action, copy that, drop that in. There's me. So all songs, my songs. Save, reload, my songs, boom. Hi there. Now let's put a message on here that if you haven't signed up for any songs, you don't get any songs. So and so web tests. Request method, cookie, plug that in. There's all that. I think at this point I want a method that is gonna give me back all of this. So I'm gonna split that out into, so right click that, extract method to get HTML for me. Page. Cool, right, much easier. So let's plug in another task case down here. So it's going to be a fact. Root me with no signups returns message. whatever username, doesn't matter. So now document.query selector. Now this is where what we need to do is be able to validate on elements that we are not going to decide in the test what the message is or what it looks like. All we need to do is determine that it will in fact be there. So we are going to good morning, Baris Avan, how are you? Welcome. So document.query selector on here. So we're looking for anything with a class of no songs or no signups. That'll do. And document.query selector, that dot should not be null. So we want to verify that the document we get back does in fact contain something with a class of a no signups message. So there's that. So back onto me, and now we're going to say if model.signups.any, then do something else. Div class equals no signups message. And then we can put whatever we like in here. So heading to, you haven't signed up to sing or play anything. Why not pick something from the A, href equals, or A, ASP action equals root. Right. Test. Boom. Green. Everything working. Save all the things. Give it a quick browser check. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm on deadline because I want to run this for real in a bar full of people tomorrow night, and at the moment it looks like this. But that's alright. There's not all that much complexity in here. You haven't signed up to sing or play anything. Why not pick something from the song list? Let's pick Aerosmith, Dream On, Sing, boom, submit that, yay! And now if I go to my songs, okay, cool. So that's working. I've got a rogue extraneous little snippet of bracket in there. Let's reformat that page. We like that. So, terminal up on here, bring that across to there. And D projects, GitHub, CD Guitaraoke, CD app.guitaraoke.live, git add all the things, git commit -m, signing up for songs. So what do we actually do there? We got the /me page shows a message. If you haven't signed up for anything, push that lot. Cool. Okay, so now if model.signups.any, so what we now are expecting to see on this page is if you have signed up for something, we want to see a list of the things you've signed up for. So let's go back over into our root controller me tests, and me returns a view with user. So again, we're going to plug this in at a... now this we kind of don't need to check because the user has its own bunch of logic on it, and because there's no real kind of database kicking around behind this, that can actually come out. We don't need to hide that. There's no kind of mapping from like a database table to a database query to a business object to a view model to a, because we've only got like 2 layers in there. And so one thing I'm going to do is just test this at the endpoint level. So we've got root me includes name, that's there. That's root me with no signups, returns no signups. Returns message. So now we're going to drop in, we'll replicate that test, and so in this instance what we got to do is I'm going to say root me with signups includes song list. So we've got that, but then I need to pull out var_db equals factory.services.getService for a song database. And then we need to pull out a user, which means we need So that reusable method that I introduced a second ago is now getting in the way because I need to get in and inject some code kind of halfway between here and here. So what I'm actually gonna do, we're gonna split this. This HTML for page is gonna take a user instead. So that's gonna take that. So that comes out. db.saveuser. So now I can get in there and mess around with that user class in the meantime. So let's var user equals new user there. HTML equals get page for that. That should now still be green, although I don't think it'll compile right now. But let's give ncrunch a second to figure it out. Cannot convert string to user. Well, that's fine. User name equals Eddie user. And get HTML for page. So okay, so this one, so what I'm going to do now is name equals, let's go with Jetty. And then Jetty is going to sign up for a bunch of stuff. Of course, Jetty is a valid spelling. Don't spell check my proper nouns. There we go. So user.signups dot db.signup is going to take a user. Do we have a song? Let's say var song equals db.songs dot first. There we go. Actually, we're going to sign up for three. I don't know. How many different things do you put in these kind of test cases when you're just figuring out the design of a thing? It's always fun. Sign up user song, and a new instrument array is going to be, well, let's say Jetty is going to instruments.sing and instruments.bass guitar. Because yeah. Okay, that'll work. db.saveuser user I'm not sure about db.signup. I think that might be a bad method. Let's find all the places that are using it. Find usages. So we've got a couple of things. We got a test method there. This is the one I just wrote. Okay, so that's pretty good. db.signup. Yeah, I'm going to move that. So user.signup is going to be a song and instruments. I'm going to switch that around. Stop running that. That's fine. So let's find that db.signup method. That is going to come out because we're not actually doing that anymore. And song database sign up user sign. Yeah, so that can really easily just be part of the user object. That doesn't need to be manipulating the database directly. So we're gonna chop that out of there, bring that back over there. There is the hello, Dark Venom. How are you? Welcome to the stream. We're hacking around with ASP.NET and JavaScript and weird kind of things that look like databases, but they aren't because they're just kicking around in memory. What do we got? User.signup, so I need to implement that method. There we go. Boom. Create method user.signup. And this is actually real easy because all we got on here is this.signups on that song equals whatever instruments you told us. And that can probably just be expression bodied. Yep, there we go. And signups. So we got a kind of slightly weird, yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. We got this weird idiosyncrasy of the English language, which is, so you think about something like login. So when you sign up to words, it creates a sign up. one word. Like how when you log in, 2 words, that's a login, 1 word. That's how I do English, and I'm sticking to it. So signups is actually a sign up as a single word is a thing, it's a noun. And I want to not complain about that. Boom, boom, typo in identifier, add to, ooh, boom, boom, add to user dictionary, team shared, there we go. Bug hunter and ethical hacker, cool. It's always nice having bug hunters on the stream because they can look at the stuff you did, and if they're ethical hackers as well, they'll tell you on the stream what you did wrong, and if they're not, they'll make a little note, and then later when you're asleep, they'll go and hack your stuff. So that can come out. Signups, song equals instruments, that signs up for that. That's on there. So user.signup for song instruments, and return OK. So db.save user. Does that do what we think it does? I mean, we probably don't need it, but it should be fine. So now song sign. Okay, so now we can plug in another test here on our root controller me tests. Actually, root controller song tests is the one we want here. So jump down to that. Post song signs up for song. So we are going to grab that chunk code there. Right click that. No, we're only using it twice. My rule of thumb says if you do it 3 times, you pull everything out and refactor it into a method. But if you're only doing it twice, you copy and paste it because maybe it's not actually that reusable after all. So post a song, redirects to me. Result equals song.hurt. Result dot should be instance of so c.song. So that should actually be await c.song as a redirect result. Yeah. Ew, do not like formatting. Bad. So result dot should not be null. Thank you. And then result dot. Now this is the redirect and this redirect to action, and result dot URL dot should be slash me, and close that out and see if that runs. And boom, and okay, so web test sign up is not working. So okay, that's cool. So user.signup for song, and we'll plug those in. All right. Sweet. Everything's broken. That's always nice. Yeah, okay. Well, no. So clean build there. 1 succeeded, 1 up to date. We don't have any okay, there we go. Crunch is just taking a second. But post song redirects to me should not be null but was. Well, yeah, of course it is. We haven't built it yet. So let's go to rootcontroller.cs, and this should be return redirect to action me. And there we go. That should now go green. No. Because a redirect to result and a redirect to action result are not the same thing. So you see that down there? It's saying this little thing here. Oh, why? Oh, wow, look at that! I shook the mouse so hard. Winamp opened. should be me, but was me, but that should be... Okay, fine. Case sensitivity in URLs is a lot of fun, because when I say a lot of fun, I mean a pain in the ass. Because the web doesn't really care unless you've configured your web server really weirdly, but you still get all of these little entertaining headaches and things. So I'm actually going to grab that. I'm going to say var user equals new user, and we're going to say var instruments equals that, and type that, and that's on there, and then instruments as redirect to action result. And I want to check one more thing in here, which is that db.find user based on the whatever that user's GUID was, .name should be surly dev. And that's cool, that's failing, and that was null. And all right, so we'll fix that. That needs to be a another test in here. So public a post song updates user name in database. So we've got that instruments db.save user tracker root controller sign up. And there's all of that lot. We do not actually need to do anything with the result, but what we need to ascertain now is once that user has signed up as surly dev, let me grab a, so db.find user based on user.GUID .name should be surly dev. And that we can suppress with a bang because we know it's going to work. And we potentially have, all right, so that's not working. So let's have a look at what our c.song post method there is doing. Okay, that's cool. Let's, so user dot. That should fix that. Boom, green. Okay, cool. So root me with signups includes song list. That's still blowing up. Well, that's actually fine. So that should be null now, because we shouldn't get that no signups message if there are actually songs in the database because they signed up for something. So what I'm expecting to see now is there should be an unordered list on that page. So we want to say, so document.query selector all. So this is going to be .song list, list item .count should be 1. It's going to fail because I need to go back over to me.cshtml. And I'm going to say UL class equals. Now this is actually, so we got ordered lists and unordered lists in HTML. And this list is going to be unordered because, okay, so the queue is the order that the band is, or the people are actually going to perform the songs. So the one that's number 1 on the queue, that's coming up next, and it makes sense to drag things up and down that queue. On this screen here, it doesn't make sense to move things up and down, because this is just a bag. This is all the stuff you signed up for, and you're going to play it when it gets to the front of the queue, which may move around. We might shuffle things about, and so on. So we got model.signups.any, so this is going to be an unordered list, class equals song list. Actually, this should probably be called the sign-up list, because it's a list of sign-ups, not a list of songs. Yep, and that .length should be 1, and then for each var sign up in model.signups. List item, and we need to put something in there. And yep, and that's going to complain because we are going to say add to user dictionary team shared list item. So what do we got in here is we've got, that's now passing, so that's all good. And so I'm gonna do a dot single dot inner HTML equals that. li.html.should contain song.title and li.html.should contain song.artist. That's going to blow up. Okay, li.html.should contain song.slug. That should be in there as well. So back in over here, list item is in there, and then in here I'm gonna have an ASP action equals song, ASP root ID equals at signup.song. Why does signup not have a... yes, because signup is a dictionary of a key and a list of instruments. So there's that, and then in here we've got signup.key. Name was the thing we decided that's what the song's going to look like, and then inside that we are going to have a signup.value. This is probably a good candidate to do something a little bit cleaner with. Signup.value.select instrument goes to instrument.toString .toArray. Test 3, 2, 1. Green, sweet. Let's check that out. And when this goes green and everything works, I'm going to take a 5-minute break and make a cup of coffee, and then we're going to come back and build something else. So what do we got? We've got all songs. We've got my songs. You haven't signed up. Pick something from the song list. Alana Miles, Black Velvet. I'm going to sing and I'm going to play theremin. And my name is Dylan. And there we go. And hi, Dylan. Alana Miles, Black Velvet. Sing and theremin. Let's go to my songs. All right, let's go to all songs. Let's do Highway to Hell. I'm going to sing and play bass. And my name is now going to be Brian. And submit that, and now I'm Brian, and I'm playing singing theremin, and I'm singing and bass guitar on that one, and so okay, that's interesting. Actually, no, that's fine, but that needs to be populated. That will need a way of doing a like an editing thing, or editing is hard. Okay, so there's that. All songs, so star, star, star. That. There's the Q on that. Okay, that's cool. My songs. Right. Let's do a git add dot and git commit -m signing up adds songs to the me page, and you can see them along with the instruments you're going to play, and git push that. Validation is going to come up in a second. So on our Typora, sign up, what do you want to sing, play, and on that one we need to validate. You must pick at least one instrument, and validate, you must tell us your name, and optionally revisit sign up. What happens when you go to /song/ I don't know, give me a, so you got a songs ABBA Waterloo, signed up, can you edit your selection, can you cancel completely by submitting an empty form, don't know. Git add dot git commit -m updated spec git push. All right, so that is going to grind through GitHub Actions, and we should be able to see the build kicked off updated spec. All right, so that's going to go through there. We're going to take a 5-minute break. I'm going to make a cup of coffee. I'll see you folks back here in 5 minutes. Yeah, have fun, behave. Don't break anything. Renee, no hacking the production system. unless you really, really want to. See you in 5, gang. I'm going to adjust the camera. Look at that. Top of my head's just cut off ever so slightly. Oh. Man, cinematography is hard. There we go. Right, welcome back. Where do we get to? We are going to... we got to that. Now, let's just check that's live. If I go to app.guitaraoke.live, What do we got? We've got nothing in there. Let's favorite some stuff. There's the cue. All right, that's cool. My songs. Pick something. Ortaloo. Yes. Sing and rhythm guitar. And yes. Hi there. Yep. Okay, my name is still blank. So we are going to sing and play rhythm guitar. And my name is going to be Benny because ABBA. That's what Benny is. Okay, that's cool. And that's... Okay. If I was being really, really attention to detail-y, that a little... Yeah, okay, we'll fix that. Let's fix that. Folks, this is live, by the way. If any of you wants to play along at home, hit the URL, and you should be able to actually sign up for stuff. Now, every time I deploy, you're going to lose all your work, but that's fine, because that's a very good security practice. It stops people leaving junk in the database. And there's that, and there's... right, so next thing we're going to need is the actual queue. Page that shows you what everybody else is actually signed up to do, and also how many people you've got wanting to play or sing each song in the pipeline. So first of all, I want to fix that. That should be there because we don't want... So that new line there is what's causing that space to be part of the... You see, look very closely, you can see that the space is underlined because the anchor tag there, the HTML tag, actually includes the line break, and the line break renders as a space. And if we put that there... Now, this is beautiful, because what's happening there is when I reformat the code, way, Visual Studio moves it back, which it shouldn't do, because that is a reformat that's actually breaking the layout of the page. But if I stick it all on one line, it seems to be fine. Okay, so that's fixed. That's nice. Right, a couple of little details we want to plug in just while we're fixing up that My Songs endpoint. All right, so I need to switch back to local on here. Let me get that up and running here. So that name box, if you're already signed up as somebody, that should be pre-filled. That should be already be there. So let's just wrap a test around that. So we got root controller, song tests, web tests is there. Root me with no signups returns message. So this is actually going to be root song, include song title. So there's that one. So we're going to duplicate that. And this is going to be a root song. Sign up form includes name. So this is going to be a wait get song document, but I need to preload that with the whole cookie thing, because I need a cookie in the request. So client.getAsync. So somewhere on here I have a right. So we got HTML for me page in there, and actually I think get HTML for me page should be, we can split this out, so that is actually going to return get HTML for page / me and user. So this will allow me to inject users into it, and this method is then going to become get HTML for page, and it's going to take the page URL and the user that we are going to inject, and that's going to bring back that URL on there. So that returns get HTML for page. So this means I now have a method that I can say, hey, I want to get what it would look like if I got that page as this user. So I can grab that, and in my, where is it, root song includes name. So var HTML equals, get HTML for page, and so this can be /song/ we need to put a slug in there. So var song equals a DB. So let's pull the database out of the factory. There's that. Now actually, I can put a method in here. I can say private read only or private I song database DB, is going to be factory.services.getService. So I can put a helper method in that will resolve that. Possible null reference return I can suppress because oh yeah, one big one at the end just says this is going to, fine, trust the humans, it's going to succeed. So now I can take out every reference to that line there, because we're doing that in a bunch of different places and it's starting to get a little bit tedious. So scrub that, scrub that, scrub that, and scrub that, and scrub that. There we go. Check the whole thing still builds. I'm still running. Do you want to stop debugging? Yes. User does not exist. Oh yeah, that's fine. So our user equals new user, and we'll say, I mean, name can be anything. This is one of the things, like we could put in a whole bunch of different test cases, or we could just have a test name or whatever. User and name equals Alex Lifeson. Yep, alt enter, add to user dictionary. Yep, that's fine. So HTML equals that. So we need to plug that into the user, save user, add that user to the database. HTML equals that. And now what I want to look for is var input equals document.querySelectorAll. And we are looking for input with an ID of name. ID of name? Username input. Let's have a look at the actual HTML we got coming back out of that. So this is song.cshtml. Input type equals text, name equals name, placeholder equals your name. I mean, there aren't enough words in English to write software because name is already overloaded to hell and back here. But let's name equals name, ID equals username input. There, that gives us something a little bit more stable. But does it? So what I'm looking for is tests that are valuable. Tests that, like, if we make a mistake somewhere, the test is likely to catch, or as many tests as possible are likely to catch the fact that the software is no longer going to work. And what I'm figuring out here, so ID doesn't matter. What matters is that the input is called name, because when we post the form, the thing on the other side is listening for that. So that I'm gonna just flag on that input name equals name equals document.querySelector. And that form is, yeah, input equals document.querySelector. And here we can do an all-in-one assertion. We can say that dot, so we can do a query selector, or actually that should give us a single thing. So this will just throw an exception if it doesn't exist. Dot value. Huh, interesting. It's an attribute. And that should be a what? And that should be Alex Lifeson. There. So let's say var input equals document.querySelector input equals name. And then input.get attribute name value should be that. So there's that. That should now build. But it should not pass, I don't think, because we haven't actually put in the property that does that. Have we? No. But that test isn't actually running. Why not? Nine tests are queued for execution, still ticking around. Okay, boom, there we go, it broke, cool. Okay, test failed, there we go, input.get attribute should be that. So I want to now, I'm going to put a couple of test cases in here. So I'm going to change this from a fact to a theory. And I'm going to put inline data, because I want to test like weird names. Like, give me some musicians with weird names. Björk, there we go, that'll do. So what I'm doing here is not so much making sure the software is working, as making sure the test is going to be robust enough that it will catch any weird edge cases. Who else have we got? Dolores O'Riordan from the Cranberries. She's got an apostrophe in her name. So that's a good test case to plug in there. And I guess we should put in some lead singer of Okean LZ, who are a Ukrainian rock band. Sviatoslav Vakarchuk. Okay, let's there. Do you want to resave this file as Unicode? Yes, please. Apply to all documents. Yes, please. Boom. It's point you suddenly go, oh yeah, by the way, up to now, the software you're writing only works in the English-speaking part of Western Europe and America. Is that a problem for you at all? And I'm like, actually, maybe yes. Username equals name. And value should be name. Now, there is another thing that is inevitably going to happen when I put this in front of a room full of actual human beings, which is that somebody is going to put their name as the poop emoji, because humans. So let's make sure that that's going to work. And name, input name equals name. All right, and so you like the poop emoji there doesn't come out in the name of the test because the font that we use does not work with that, but we should still be able to get the correct assertion on it. So let's check song.cs HTML, name equals name, placeholder equals name, value equals at model.user.name. And see what we get. I think 3 of those will pass and 1 will fail. That's my hunch. 4 of them will fail. They will all fail. Everything fails. Why? Null, 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 null. All right, model.user.name. Curious. All right. Because I never put a slug in. That's why. I need a song slug so I actually get a page which has some stuff on it. For our song equals db.list songs dot first song / song.slug. So that gets the HTML off a page. So now I need to initialize an angle sharp. Now this, I got this browsing context.new on configuration.default, which is kind of used in a bunch of places, and I think maybe that can just be like shared across the whole, because these tests should be, each one of them should be instantiated in a separate constructor, even if they're running in parallel. So I'm going to take that out. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to do a Control-H, find any reference of that, scrub them out. There we go. But then up here, I'm going to say private. What is that going to return? Browsing context. Context. Equals browsing context.new. What does that actually return? It's an iBrowsing context. iBrowsing context. Okay, sorry. I don't like context. Context is a really kind of just everything is a context. So let's call it angle shop, and that'll, because at least now down here I got methods that say like await angle shop dot open async, okay, so there's that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Everything else should still be passing. Let's just check that builds. The name document does not exist. Why? Because, yeah, so this is where I need to plug in that. That little thing there, by the way, if I tap Control twice, this is a resharper feature called Code Lens, and it gives me little prompts that gives you a whole bunch of context, like what var input, what's input, well, it's an I element, which is kind of cool. Any advice on building apps with ADB? I don't know what ADB is. What is ADB? Is it the Android Debug Bridge? Is it the Asian Development Bank? Is it the no, apparently Google wins on that. Yeah, what kind of covers it? What is ADB? Android debug. I've never done anything with Android. I'm a web and a Windows desktop and kind of back-end web developer and distributed systems. I've never done anything with mobile other than optimizing websites to run on phone browsers pretty well. So yeah, I have no experience whatsoever with ADB. So I'm afraid I have. It is the best tool. I'm sure it's the best tool if you need to debug Android. For building web applications in C#, I suspect it is of limited utility. Cool, look at that. Even the poop emoji test is now passing. That's nice. What do you reckon we're going to see in the GitHub Actions dashboard when we try and run a test that includes the poop emoji in its name? We'll find out shortly, I presume. Okay, so now what we should have is when we've signed up as somebody, it should preserve our name. So when we go into a song, it'll tell us who we are. So let's go on to Four Non-Blondes. What's up? Sing, lead guitar. My name is Dylan. Submit that. Go to all songs. Go to Bare Naked Ladies. Dylan, my name has been remembered. That's nice. And it's letting me sign up for songs that I have nothing on, which is some cute and maybe interesting behavior. Right, let's check. If I sing and bass and submit and then go back to that, sing and bass should be populated here, right? Those should already be plugged in on this page here. So let's make sure that thing's going to work. Now, this enum.get values, I threw this in late last night as a little bit of a hack, and actually the apparently the Android debug tool is not limited. You can use it to create projects such as making an app. Cool. All right. Well, next time I make an app, I'll look at it. Right. Where were we? Looking at this checklist here. Now we got the kind of important bits here work. We know what the ID of the input there needs to be. We know what the value, the type check, that kind of stuff all looks pretty good. But one, I don't like the fact that we get the actual name of the enumeration just coming out like so. And two is it's not actually pre-selecting things that have already been selected. So there's a couple of things we can do here. One of them is we could replace this with a... so there's a thing in HTML in ASP.NET Core called a select list item, which gives you a name and a value, and it's designed for use in drop-down lists, but it's actually pretty good for doing these kinds of things as well. So we're going to hack out this whole chunk of code here, and I'm going to say, so we're going to go into song selection, And what I'm going to do on here is I'm going to put a new public select list item. Allows you to do what VirtualBox or virtual machine, create a virtual device to test stuff on. Oh, so you mean like running an Android emulator as a way of getting just like running an Android? Actually, now you mention it, I know a couple of people, because there's all these things out there, like the new Facebook Meta Threads social media thing that doesn't run on desktop or web because they want everyone doing everything with their massive oversized thumbs. And I do have a couple of friends who are using Android desktop emulator to run things like Threads inside a device running on their screen. So that's kind of cool. Not something to dive into today because I need to get this finished by tomorrow, but that does actually sound pretty interesting. So what are we going to do? We've got a select list item of instrument options. And so what this thing is going to do is get and set, and that's fine. And I think I can actually do a instrument options. So what I'm going to do on here is we are going to, now I want to get a different description out of each of them. Let's build this out step by step. So first thing I'm going to do is this is going to be enum.getValues for instrument is the set of options we got. .select, so that needs to be a method call. So this will give me each one of those, and select is going to be from item is going to go to a new select list item, and this select list item is going to have the value is going to be the item dot, I think value just item will probably do, or item.toString will do on that. Name or text is going to be item dot, you know what, we're going to plug this in first of all. Selected equals this dot instruments dot contains item. So if it's already checked, then it comes back as true. Stop that running. Actually, no, we can keep running. We can keep running. That's fine. But actually, no, this is going to break. Okay, stop. Yes, you can stop. I just realized why some things are messing around with my formatting a little bit. I'm going to pull in a file here from a... So I got D workshops and... No, it's not in here. I'm going to pull one out of GitHub. So github.com/versatile/ what program am I using? So the things I'm using today, this thing is Microsoft Visual Studio, which is Microsoft's integrated development environment for doing .NET and web development. And I got a bunch of other little things. Obviously the browser here I'm using is Google Chrome. I'm running Typora as my markdown editor. I got nCrunch as the plugin that I'm using on there. Let's have a look at my DSNet, NDC Oslo, and I want that file there. I want raw. Copy that whole lot. That's cool. Jump in over here and right-click that and open in File Explorer because I want to add a editor config file in here. So you know, weird tip on Windows, if you want to create a file name with no name, you've got to create .editorconfig dot, and it'll remove the dot for you, and then you have a .editorconfig file. And open that with, I want to open it in like something I can edit with. What? Yep. Right click. Okay, open in TextPad, that'll do. Boom, there we go. No, give me my content here. Boom, boom. Boom, there we go, editor config. Okay, cool. Finished, saved that. Now it should pick up a slightly more consistent code formatting style. Editor config, if you're not come across it before, is basically a way of saying, hey, here's what my project should look like. And the nice thing is that it travels with the source code. So you can check out an open source project that has a radically different kind of code format and convention to what you're used to, but then you just hit reformat in Visual Studio or VS Code, and it's like, yeah, now it looks good. Now this is done the way the project maintainers would like it to be done. Which I like. It's a good thing. So song.html, and for each var I in model.instrument options, we are gonna do a label for equals input for item dot value. Yep, because those are going to be unique. We are going to have a input type equals checkbox, name equals instruments, value equals at I dot value, and then we are going to say I dot selected then checked equals checked, otherwise nothing. So that should mean now that if we've already checked it, it works. Yep. Where was I? Over here. There were build errors. Ooh. No, what did I break? Yeah. enum.getValues.select. So that is, actually that wants to be an IEnumerable, doesn't it? It doesn't need to be an array. An IEnumerable is select list item will do. Dum, 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 dum. That is really weird. Why is that complaining? Type or namespace definition or end of file expected. Right. So enum.getValues instrument. That pulls out that. Item goes to new select list item. One of those. Close that bracket. Close that bracket. That's fine. That's fine. Go home, Visual Studio, you're drunk. That's really strange. Drop that all that out. Rebuild. That should be fine. Fine? Fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So public IEnumerable select list instrument options equals enum.getValues.select item goes to a new select list item, item 2 string, item 2 string. That's fine. Oh! one little bracket in the wrong place because it's not a new select list item calling the constructor, it's a new select list item calling the parameterless constructor and then using an object initializer syntax to plug the bits in. So there's that. Works on there, which means I should now be able to run this. Now the last thing I want to do here is I need to figure out how to use a display name attribute on those things. So okay, so that's coming out with nothing, but do they have any options in there? Input sing, input bass guitar, input piano. Yep, so I have just again forgotten to put the i.text into the label there. Refresh that, and there we go. So that's working again, that's nice. And we'll put a break after each of those. Dum, 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 dum. Label 4 equals that, which means I need that there to be the ID of each of those inputs. Okay, so that's now working nicely. Sign up, sign up, sign up. Okay, that for non-blondes, that should be selected, and it's not, which is cute. Okay. Right. Let's fix that first. So what do we got? We got the root controller song method action is the thing we want on there. New song selection for song. So actually this is the, yeah, so view on model, song selection is that. But at that point, let me stick a breakpoint on there, and then we hit that, we submit that, that's fine, then we jump onto that. So user is user, that should be pulled out of the database. That should include signups, should include for non-blondes. Yep, there's for non-blondes, what's up, and should include lead guitar and rhythm guitar. So that's the new song selection on there. So let's step into that. And I'm going to stick a breakpoint on there when we get to here. So what do we got? We got this dot. This dot instruments is the wrong thing in the wrong place. This is fine. Okay, cool. Right, kill that. That comes out. Because what we actually need on selected equals this dot user dot we'll put a method on here for instruments for song. No, this dot user dot, so instrument options, because random instrument, we know which song it is, we know which user it is. So the user contains the signups and the signup contains the selections, which means this is going to be this.user.signups.getValue or default. Okay, so this needs to be a true or false. All right, so this needs to be user, this.user dot has signed up for, and this will need to take the song and instrument, which will be item. So that one, drop in over there, create method, this.user dot has signed up for song on that, and this method is going to return signups.try get a value song out list. That there, cool. That ought to do it. Yep. Okay, so there's that. Build the whole thing. Song selection does not contain a definition for instruments. And find song for user. Where's that getting selected for? Oh no, we don't need it. That's fine. Can come out. Can kind of come out. I think that's going to break something. Yes, all right, so I need to reinstate that, but this now needs to be a create get only property instruments. So this will be a public instrument array instruments is gonna be this dot user dot signups dot get value or default song. There. Which means that could be this dot instruments dot contains item, which means that user method that we just wrote can come out because we don't need that after all. Cool, right, see if it works. Actually, first of all, let's put a test in to make sure it works. So we've got our root controller there, that's fine. So song is there, root controller song tests. Song returns song with star, post signs up for song, post updates username, post redirects to me, song returns song with name. That's cool, so we'll drop another one of those in. Song returns song with instruments selected. So string name equals that, hurt equals a new song, db.saveuser, user.signup for hurt, and they are gonna play new instrument dot piano instrument dot sing. Okay, so save user result dot model as song selection, and we are expecting model dot instruments should be that and that. See if that works. Cool. Okay, so the selection's working. We got test coverage around it. Let's see if it actually works in a browser. For non-blondes, yes, yes, yes. My name is Dylan. Submit, and bang. Yes, 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 yes. Submit, and I guess I could put a thing in here that just, if I submit this form with an empty array, it's going to remove it, which would seem to be a pretty, like, a convenient way of just cleaning stuff up. Let's try that. And let's submit that with a new empty array of instrument, and then find song for user. Selection.instruments should be so user.signups dot Okay, cool. So implementation method, find song, track found, So user.signup on song instruments. We'll implement that and say, so what do we got? We got if instruments.any then plug it in. Otherwise, we want to say instruments, no, signups dot remove song. What does that do if we remove something that does not exist? Let me do a little quick sharplab.io. Var d equals new dictionary int string d dot remove 12. Okay, results run d. Okay, so that's cool. So that blows up. So we can remove things that don't exist. That's fine. All right, cool. I like that. So signups.remove song. So that'll work on that. That's all green. That's all green, which means we can now go onto here. And I can say, actually, I don't want to do that after all. I haven't signed up to sing or play anything. Song list, let's go Backstreet Boys, sing and piano, and boom, submit. Yeah, I'm going to sing and piano that. That's cool. No, I'm actually just going to play piano. No, I'm going to play bass guitar and sing. Yes, look at that. Cool. What's in all songs is AC/DC. I'm going to sing that one. And all songs and Bon Jovi, sing and rhythm guitar. And all songs and Wet Leg. And I'm going to play the theremin on that one. And all songs and actually Commitments Mustang Sally. But I'm going to change my name to the poop emoji. Boom. Submit. Hello, poop, 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 poop. You are going to do all of the following things. I'm going to change my name back to Dylan. I'm going to spell my own name correctly. Boom. There. Look at that. Woohoo. Hey. All songs. Footer. There. Right. Sweet. Progress. So. Star a bunch of things. Star, 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 star. There's the cue. Those are the start songs. Those are my songs. That's what we got on there. That's all songs. All right. Push it to GitHub, take a 2-minute break, make some coffee. Oh yeah, it's 10 files changed. Yeah, create mode, editor config. I was like, why is editor config the only thing that's changed? Cool. All right, this is cool. This is nice. We're gonna get this done. We're gonna be ready this afternoon. I'll be back in a few minutes, folks. we go. Boom. Look, we got code. Hey, vaporwave background. Where, that one? That one, no, that's reality. Probably my desktop wallpaper. That one. There we go. No, wow, it did not minimize. Let's try that one more time. There we go. Welcome to the internet, 1984, one of my favorite pieces of art of all time. Look, we got a cat, two cats riding on a unicorn. This one's got a laser gun, and this one's driving a muscle car, and they're on a grid, and there's lightning, and how can you not? Like, I want to get this laminated onto an electric guitar. That's what I really want. I think that would be amazing. Anyway, that was fun. Let's get back to work. So we are plugging in things. Now, at this point, what I'm going to need to do is... I got to wire up some test data here, because at the moment, every time I start this, it's going to be blank. But actually, I need some stuff kind of in the system already. So I'm going to go into my my program.cs, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little chunk of code in here. So where is my new song database song? So this chunk over here. So I'm going to, like a Les Paul, like a Fender, well, probably like a Jackson, you know, like a Super Strat, like a probably pointy, futuristic... the kind of guitar that the 1980s would look at and go, no, that's a bit much. Come on, tone it down. So we're going to say var db equals new song database. All right, and so I'm going to scrub that out. So I'm going to put songs in there. But then I'm going to say if debug, so this only happens on local debug builds. Add singleton db, so I'm going to say db.populate sample data. Alright, so this is going to give me a bunch of stuff in here. So create method on that, public void populate sample data. So what I'm going to do on here is I want to plug in a bunch of users. So let's put in some users. So var Alice equals new user, and name equals Alice. Var Ben equals new user, name equals Ben. Let's put in a couple more. Var Chris equals new user, name Chris Catalyst. Var, what else do we know? We need someone with a D. Var Dave, it equals new user, name equals David Coverdale. Why not? Yeah, we should use real rock stars for this. That would make the whole thing more exciting. So we got new user, name Chris Catalyst. Dale, give me a real rock star beginning with a B. Ben Folds. You know how many Ben Folds? Ben Folds 5. That's how many Ben Folds. Alice. Alicia Keys. Dave Mustaine. I don't know, Mustaine or Coverdale. Actually, yeah, let's... Nah, Coverdale. I've always liked Whitesnake more than Megadeth. I've always been like into Hairspray more than kind of thrash and growly stuff. Actually, my favorite Megadeth album is Risk, which is the Megadeth album that Megadeth fans all hate. So let's throw in a couple more here. So let's put something in with an E. Eddie equals new user, name equals... I wish I could just name equals Eddie Van Halen. May he rest in peace. Var F equals new user, and name equals famous recording artist beginning with F. Yeah, I'm drawing a complete blank. Freddie King, great blues guitar player. Freddie equals that. Freddie Mercury, of course. Thank you, Freddie Mercury. Sorry, Freddie King, you're second best Freddie today. Eddie Van Halen. So we got a bunch of users in there, and now we're gonna say save user Alicia, save user Ben, save user Chris, save user David, save user Eddie, save user Freddie. And now we're just gonna have we need people to sign up for a bunch of stuff. So let's, and this can be random at this point. So what we're going to do, let's generate like 100 random signups or something. So we'll say for var I equals 0, I is less than 100, I plus plus. Var song equals this dot songs indexed on index. So we need a math dot random on, so var random equals new random. Var max equals this dot songs dot length. This dot songs random dot next max. And we are gonna say so pick a user at random. But users equals new, and we'll say Alicia, Ben, Chris, David, Eddie, Freddie. There, so we'll plug them in there. Call that test users. Okay, right, user equals test users dot, and this will be random dot next. Test users dot length. Actually, you know what? This is only going to run once. It's only going to run in debug. And so we can make it a little bit more explicit what's actually going on. And random.next should be there. I've always wondered why there isn't a static, like a random dot, dot something. Random dot shared dot. Oh, there is. Oh, there is. Oh, look at that. Amazing. I don't need to instantiate random anymore. Random.shared, give us the global random number generator that can be shared between threads. There's this whole like weird, you know, one of the classic vulnerabilities that people identify analyzing cryptographic algorithms and things is going, hey, your random numbers aren't actually random. We can predict what the next one is going to be, which I always thought was interesting. Now we need random instruments. So, oh, how do we do that? How do we need random elements from an array. That's fruity. You know, pick one at random. So let's say var instruments equals enum.getValues instrument dum.toArray. Var instrument equals instruments random.shared.next instruments.length. Plug in one of those, and then we got user.signup for song and new on that instrument. All right. So this should mean when I run it in debug mode, I get 100 random signups, which I won't be able to see anywhere because I don't have an endpoint on any of my code anywhere that will show me who's signed up for what. But that's all right. Let's run it and make sure it doesn't crash. Okay, that's cool. Are my tests still passing? Yeah, 44 tests passing. Cool, all right. So we want to do some favorites as well. So let's put another loop in here that says, so we'll pick 100 signups and we'll pick 100 favorites. I equals not I equals 100, so we'll say song equals this dot random. And we'll call toggle star user and song, which might end up switching some of them back off, but we can live with that. All right, so now if we run it, we should at least see on the favorites page, we should see a bunch of songs that people have favorited. There we go. There's the queue. All right, we got 4 people like Mustang Sally, 3 people like Highway to Hell. Modding GTA 4 back on Xbox 360 went through so many DVD-RWs. Yeah, the thing that gets everyone into coding, like the people who really enjoy it, is they find something fun that they have to code to be able to do. Like they want to mod games, or I wanted to build websites and do like little graphics programming stuff, and I was doing ray tracing and 3D and all that kind of stuff. Right, that's... I want more favorites than that. I'm going to say 500, and then we're going to run it, and... Cool. Sweet. All right, that's nice. We got test data coming through now. And we're probably going to need to plug in a few more test users in there, because I don't think we're going to get enough of an overlap on here. But we'll see. Let's see what we get at the other side. Right, so the problem we got now is that my root controller Q tests are Q tests. Yeah, there we go. So Q returns Q. That's nice. That does, in fact, return a sort of nice chunk of starred songs. But what I want to return now is the actual list of queued songs. So, dang, fact and public async task queue returns. So I'm going to rename that. So that's going to be called starred songs. So queue returns queued songs. Let's put a bunch of songs in here. So we need some songs. We're going to need some users. We're going to... Can I just throw in at this point a db equals like populate test data for the sake of this test? No, that's not what we're going to do. So let's, because the queue has some, I want to be able to drag things up and down. Like say, we're going to move that one to the top. We're going to do that one next, which is going to create a little bit of a entertainment as we go along. Right, so queue returns queued songs. Let's drop in our classic songs there. db equals new song database. Hurt, torn, once, lump. Lump should be in there as well. That I don't think will break anything. It's just an oversight. Yeah, okay, cool. So db equals new song database. Then we're going to create a bunch of users. And let's say we are going to have a... So user 1 equals new user. Let's we're gonna do some rush jams here. So var jetty equals new user name equals jetty. Var Alex equals new user name equals Alex. And var Neil equals new user name equals Neil. So then what we're going to do is we are going to say that is our song database db.saveuser jetty. Then we're going to say jetty.signup for Hurt and new instrument. So on Hurt, Jetty is going to play instrument.bass guitar and instrument.sing. And Jetty is going to sign up to do torn on the... that can come out because that's a target type new. So that's cool. I'm going to put a parameter overload on that. So... So what this means is, if I want to, I can pass the array in, or I can just do that. Instrument.bass guitar, instrument.sing. So let's say instrument.piano, instrument.sing. Jetty is going to sign up to do once on instrument.bass. Alex is going to sign up to do hurt on instrument.lead guitar. Neil is gonna sign up to do hurt on instrument dot. What's Neil gonna sing? Neil's gonna play. We don't have any drums. Oh man, oops, that was an oversight. Neil Peart can't be in Guitaraoke. He can play. He can play theremin. I got tests here use theremin, and we're gonna take theremin out because it's not really an option, and that's gonna cause chaos. So. You know what? I'm going to take theremin out now. And I'm going to take out these bizarre flags values because we're not doing flags anymore. And so we've got that, and they're going to do that, and then we'll have Alex sign up to do lump on instrument.lead guitar. Yep, that's fine. And Neil sign up to do hurt on the bass, and Neil's going to sign up to do torn on bass guitar. All right, so we should be able to get some stuff out of this now. So let's do a new root controller on that. Do I have a make controller in here? Yes, I do. All right, so make controller, pull that out, and then we are gonna say here var result equals that song queue. And then model.queued songs.count should be 3 because there should be hurt torn once. Should be 4. Should be hurt torn once. Hurt lump. Yeah, 3. Right. Let's get that to pass. So what do we got? We got Q. The Q is a method on the root controller. Okay, var song queue equals new song queue. Now at this point, we are gonna need a. Every dev has their signature. When I make something, I hide Ghost 404 somewhere in the program or an image. You have a signature? I don't really. Not. Not right. I mean, I tend to leave my name on stuff, but I guess that's not so much tagging. It's just saying, look, I made this. It's my fault. So song queue, new song queue, db.list start songs. So that's going to pull those ones out. So we need some notion in here of the queue. This whole idea of what does the queue look like, and how do we decide which song is going to happen first? So let's. Now this is slightly gnarly because it's ordered. The order of this thing matters. We need to be able to move something to the top, and that means keeping track of which song is where and who's doing what on which thing. So I think I am gonna need something which is akin to a song selection. Right. So song queue there. Right, first of all, we need to add something to this. So this is now going to be a public dictionary of that. And then it is also going to be a, like, genre, kind of not really. So the whole idea, we got a bunch of people in a bar, and people are signing up for songs, and suddenly you're like, ooh, well, we just had like 2 Billy Joel songs in a row, so we don't want another one, so let's drag that one down and move this one up and shuffle the order that the songs are going to get played in. Genre doesn't really cover it. What we're going to have is a... so this is going to be... the screen we need to draw. Let's work backwards from the UI. What do we want this thing to look like? So somewhere in here, I have a prototype. CD projects, GitHub, CD Dylan, CD Guitaraoke tools, CD Guitaraoke web app, .NET run. Okay, and then if I spin up a localhost 8080, so we are trying to build, let me stick this in device simulation mode. We're trying to build this. So song number 1 in the list is going to be Counting Crows, Long December. Mark is going to play bass. Kate P is going to play guitar. Kelly is going to do vocals. Song number 2. So we need, first of all, we need a list. And that list needs to come at 1, 2, 3 so we can shuffle things on it. And then each entry in the list needs to be a song and then a... Yeah, okay, so the data structure we're gonna need here is gonna be a list where each thing in the list is gonna be a... Does a dictionary have an order in .NET? Because I just held shift down for 5 seconds and frightened myself. Does a dictionary have an order? Probably not. Whereas a list does have an order. So a list, we have, this is the beginning, this is the top. So the list, and then each thing in the list is going to be a tuple consisting of a song and then a dictionary of user and instrument. Yes. That is what we need. And the code now compiles and says, should be 3 of those, but there's 0 of those things. Right, so this will be fun. Cute songs. So let's go into the database, and what I want on here is in our root controller method, I'm going to say cute songs equals db.list_start_songs. Cute songs equals db.getSongQueue. Yep, that'll do. Boom, create method that, list of song, dictionary, user, instrument, get song queue, implement in derived types. There we go. List of song, dictionary, user, instrument, get song queue. So, 2 things we are going to need in here. First of all, we are going to need a private list of song called cute songs. So this is each song that we're actually going to do. So then this is going to be, when we get the song queue, we are going to return the queued songs.select. Song goes to a tuple containing the song itself. And I mean, it could be a tuple or it could be like I could build another structure that inherits from song, and like song selection is a song with a user, song queue, song enqueuement, song something or other. But so what I actually need to do in here is song and get users list players. All right. So that gives me that method, and this is going to say list players isn't even a thing, so let's create an object, and this is going to return a dictionary of user and instrument list players. And so what this is going to do is we are going to say so there's the song, users.where user dot what is users on here? User.values. User dot sign up, so user dot we can do this. So user.values.toDictionary User goes to user, and user goes to user.signups try get value song. Get value or default song dot where so dictionary entry is going to be a user and a list of players. So now I just want to filter out the ones that have not signed up for that song. So where pair goes to pair dot value dot not equals default, because get value or default is going to return a thing. Cannot convert expression type key value pair data instrument to return that. I mean, that's some weird syntax, because it's like, turn this thing into a dictionary, but then when you apply the where predicate to a dictionary, the thing you get out isn't a dictionary anymore, it's an IEnumerable of key value pairs, which you can turn back into a dictionary by saying, we'll put the key in the key and the value in the value. And, yeah. Dot to dictionary, should, why does that, what? Does not match target type. Okay, so you see, look very real close. There's a little question mark. Nullability of reference types does not match that. There should be a way of simplifying this, getting this down to something more reliable. What about this? Users.values.where user goes to user.signups contains key song dot to dictionary user goes to user goes to user.signups song. So we do the filtering first. There, much better. That's nicer. That's cleaner. That's why is that complaining? Cannot convert IEnumerable of song dictionary data instrument to song. IEnumerable of, yeah. So that returns that. That returns that. What is the mismatch here? User instrument array, user instrument array, dictionary. I think. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. We got null reference exceptions blowing up now. Okay, so get song queue is blowing up there. That's because queued songs is nothing. All right, good. Now we've got actual broken code. So model.queuedsongs.counter should be 3. Was coming back, is coming back as 0. So root controller db.getSongQueue, and I'm actually gonna move that chunk of code there. Into another method, create method on that, boom, there we go, get start songs, implement and derive types. So get song queue should become get queued songs, rename that, that's over there, that's over there. Queued songs is queued up. So what we are missing, hello the devdad _, how are you? Welcome. We're hacking around in .NET and C# and HTML and doing webby stuff, we're doing guitar karaoke stuff. So what are we missing here? Is this app available to demo? It is at https://app.guitaraoke.live. Yeah, you can go and you can play on it and see what it does. Didn't know Dylan Beatty was on Twitch. Yeah, not very often. I did it a lot. I did Advent of Code every day on Twitch back in 2020 when everything was locked down. And that was fun. And then, you know, they reopened the pubs and the airports and life got in the way. But at the moment, I got a whole bunch of stuff I'm working on. I'm at home. I'm not traveling or doing any events at the moment. And yeah, so, and Twitch is kind of a nice way of, it's also a nice way of keeping focused. Like, I'm quite productive when I know there's even just a handful of people watching what I'm doing. So we've got a list of queued songs on there. So the thing that's missing now is when we sign up. So this queued songs thing is we need some override mechanism to put songs at the top of the queue. I think that's the problem. Is we've got the data in here on which user has picked which song and what they want to do on it. That all exists. We just haven't got any notion in here of the order in which those songs should be. Okay, so let's take a look at the sign up method. So the problem we got here is that in the song, which is the root controller song, we've got a post method on here. So HTTP post. This signs the user up for a song, right? That doesn't add it to the queue because the queue is not part of the user. The queue is not part of the song. The queue is part of the database, which means that this user.signup kind of doesn't really. I guess at this point, if a user signs up, I just put a method on here that says when you sign up on something, we just add the song to the database because a user has just signed up for it. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so void sign up, this is going to become a bool. And sign up, and if instruments.any sign up song equals instruments, return true. Otherwise, remove and return false. And so that can drop out. There's that. That puts in there. And if signups.any, that's cool, and return that. So then in here we can say if the user.signup. So if this is them signing up and it's like actually they're on the queue now, then at this point I'm going to say db.add song to queue. And this is going to add the song to the queue. Song. That's all we need to do. Now at this point, I'm going to need to go and hack around the way the test fixture is getting set up because this doesn't get called from anywhere. So I'm actually going to need to hit song for each one of those methods and hit that on the controller rather than hacking the database on it directly. But so now we got db.add song to queue. So let's just jump in over there. Boom, add that, create method, add song to queue. That's void. Right click that, implement in derived types. And down here we've got so song, and all I'm going to do there is going to say queued songs dot add. So if we can't use an if because we don't have an expression. And is there a list in .NET that doesn't allow duplicates? Yeah, a fastest way to avoid duplicates, elements in no particular order. We've got a set, we got it. So we got this thing where if the song doesn't exist, it goes on the end of the list, but if it's already in the list, it doesn't go anywhere. Hey, do you collab or mentor people? Yes. Have you thought about streamlining it? Like, tie it to the user's virtual tab. Yeah, I thought about lots of things. At the moment, the thing I'm thinking about the most is how to do this with an app rather than bits of paper. Because for the last year, I've been running Guitar Karaoke with paper sign-up sheets. But in August, I'm taking this thing on the road because we're going to Copenhagen to do a developer festival there. And I don't want to take a load of stuff, and I sure as hell don't want to take a printer. So I need a way of that lots of people can sign up on their app and they can favorite songs, and we'll plug stuff in and see how that works. So what do I need on here? Add song to queue. So this is just going to say if queued songs.contain song return queued songs.add song. Add to there. So that's going to go onto the end of that one there. And there's no simplification there. That's all right. Bail out early if it's not on there. So there is our add song to queue. And if user sign up, add a song to queue. All right, so now what I need to do in my root controller queue tests is all of these sign ups actually need to be so var_c equals make controller. I need to hit the sign up endpoint for every one of those. So c.song, and this one I need, what do I need? I need hurt.slug. I need oh, this is gonna suck. So the reason it's gonna suck is because the controller method uses the ambient HTTP context to work out the ID of the user. So what I need to do here is controller context equals new controller context wrapped around a new HTTP context. Link the whole website to an app that converts the website into an app format, maybe. And then people need to install the app. And then that means I need to put it on the App Store. And then I need to talk to the people who run the App Store. And it doesn't need any local access. Like everything we're doing on here, you can do quite comfortably through a HTTP context equals new. And here I need to put a default HTTP context, and I need to put a request equals cookie collection. Yeah, I mean, apps are great if you need to do stuff you can't do with a website. You need to do offline, you want to do anything. So folks are on the plane with no Wi-Fi, don't want to be able to do stuff. You want rich access to the camera or contacts or any of these kind of things. But literally, this doesn't need any of that kind of stuff. Request equals that, and cookies equals that gets. What the bloody hell is this thing doing? Controller, new controller context, new default HTTP context. No, I need to do this a bunch of different ways. So first of all, I need a make controller method on here. So I got that with a new fake user tracker in it. So protected root controller make controller user. This thing is gonna be a one of those, new fake user tracker on user. Okay, cool. That's not so bad. That works. There's a reasonable level of abstraction in here. So var_c equals make controller for Getty. And at this point, we need c.song hurt with name is Getty, and new instrument is gonna. Okay, so yeah, okay, so then what we gotta do now is take that out. These are all Getty signups. So c.song is gonna take song.slug. Is gonna take Jetty Lee. Actually, just Jetty will do. And new is going to be instrument.that. Okay, that's pretty cool. So that will drop all that lot in. Then down here, I'm going to say C equals make controller for Alex. And then down here, we are going to say C.song is going to be that dot slug, Alex, and new instrument dot lead guitar, and we can put awaits on all of these. Await on those. And then C equals make controller for Neil. And then we need to drop in on that, take block insert off there. Await C.song on song.slug Neil instrument.bass guitar. Needs to be arrayified. New instrument.bass guitar. Cool, okay. Then we are going to say C equals make controller, because it's back to being anonymous. We've got await C.Q as view result. Result model as song Q. Model.QSongs should be 3, but was 0. Nah. Right. Why? So I'm going to go into my root controller, and I want to see the, I want to put a breakpoint there. Boom. db.add song to Q. And then I'm going to debug that in a new task runner process. And that bailed straight out. Nothing ever came back. Okay, why not? So let's go to here. db.findSong slug. So I'm going to stick that on there. Right click that, debug selected song in there. If song, so song is default. So slug on there is 9 Inch Nails heard. What's our database? Song database. Songs. There's only one song in a database. Ha. That would be why things are not working. Okay, that's. So I got some complicated interaction here, because the root controller test base defines a database as one that contains ABBA. And what's a good way of doing overriding that is, let's make that unoverridable, see if that fixes it. Boom, look at that, fixed. Everything's green across the board. Right, I'm gonna grab some water, folks. I'll be back in 1 minute. Hello. Right. Cool. Okay, so model.QSongs.count, it should be 3. Now, at this point, these songs should appear in the order that they were signed up for first. So that should be hurt, then torn, then lump. So let's say model.queued songs 0.item1 should be hurt. Model.queued songs 1.item1 should be torn. Model.queued songs 2.item1 should be lump. Item 1 should be lump. Yep, okay, cool. And model.queued songs 0.item2 now this is where it gets just a little bit gnarly. So this, so what's Jetty gonna do on that? Now, is that going to pass? Because I'm doing an array comparison here. And yes, it does. And that's cool. And I think it doesn't ignore order true, which means if I switch these around, it should still pass. Okay. And what else we got? Item 0 is hurt. So Alex should be lead guitar. Or should be that. And bass guitar. All right. Should deep equal? Should deep equal a thing? Yeah. So deep equal is if there's a big fat stack of stuff, like you got objects containing objects containing objects, and you got an array of those, and you want to dig all the way down and see if they're equal all the way down. They can be named. Hello, Johannes. Smab UK says item 1, item 2 can be named. How can we name item 1, item 2 C# names? Can we do that? Better naming in tuple classes. You're gonna have to roll your own. Yes. Ooh. Can we do that? Let's have a look. Wait a second. So I've got my queued songs is the thing we're looking at here. So the iSong database, dictionary of list song. Yes, I am using C#. So I can name these things. Huh. So let me jump into there. And yeah, it would make life easier if I could jump to implementation, queued songs, select that, song equals song, and So what I'm trying to figure out is how. So int ID, string name, int age. That's fine. Song, and a dictionary of user instruments. So that's now saying expected tuple element name players. All right. Kinda. So song queue here has a dictionary of so we need to map the thing all the way down. Oh, look at that. That is amazing. That is fantastic. That's really cool. Yay! So there's that. Okay, so can I now take it off the other places? So iSong database on there is, you need to map it in the class only. So song and a dictionary. So that can come out. And because this is just the type, it's only the place I'm actually returning it here that it now... so yeah, and players, and song, and boom, rebuild that whole lot. And it says, it does look better. It looks so much better. Build failed. The tuple elements do not match. Okay, so I think that one they come out. Cool, that built, that worked. That can be read-only. Yes, it can. Sweet. All right, so we got the iSong database on there. Yeah, that's working, that's working, that's working. Let me go over to our q.cshtml, because now we've got this thing here. I can say h1 coming up, and then I'm gonna say for each var item in model dot queued songs, we are gonna have so this is gonna be an ordered list, because the order matters, because we literally have item 1. So we got a list item, and a list item is going to be item.song.name, and then underneath that we are going to have an unordered list, and we are going to have for each var player in item.players, we are going to have a list item that is player.key.name, who are you? And then after that, we are going to have player.key.value, which is going to be, player.value is list of instrument. So we are going to do a string.join on that, and player.value. Right. The moment of truth. Okay, so there's the queue. Interesting. I know why nothing's working. Where's my populate sample data method in my test class here? Saves users, test users, random user.signup, but then also at this point, for every song we sign up for, we need to call add song to queue song, so that they actually get fed in, and that can come out. And let's reload that. So we'll need to rebuild the whole thing, so it reloads the debug initialization code. Cool. Coming up next, the Cranberries Zombie. That was supposed to be an ordered list, did I? Q.cs. Oh, look, the ordered list closed itself prematurely. There. Gonna number 1, The Cranberries Zombie with David Coverdale playing rhythm guitar. Then Backstreet Boys with Ben Folds and Chris Catalyst. Then Midnight Oil with David Coverdale. Then Niles Barkley with David Coverdale. Sweet, right. Now let me see what happens. That's a pretty big queue. We probably don't need that many songs. So let me just hack around that sample data a little bit. So where is our song database? Populate sample data. Let's make that down to 50, and we can put 500 random stuff. I mean, 500 is a point where it's going to be switching songs on and off and on and off and on and off and that kind of stuff. We'll go with 250 for that. So there's that. Rebuild the thing. Any second now, folks, I'm going to ask those of you watching live over the internet if you want to help test this thing out and see what happens. Yeah, all right, that's cool. We got stuff signing up. We got a couple of these. We got 3 people on them. Yeah, okay, sweet, like that. There's the queue. Favorited songs are there. We got 4 people on that one. 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. All right, let's see if this works when we put it on the internet. There's that. Git add dot git commit -m. Sign up with instrument selections now appears in song queue page. Git push all the things. And actions. If GitHub wanted to make a lot of money, they could put a button on this page where if you push that, it charges you $1 and basically just cranks your build up. So you get faster builds and faster deploys. Okay, built. .NET tests. It's going to be fun. We get to see what does the poop emoji look like on the output of the test. That worked. .NET test ran all the way through. See what we get out the other side of that. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Passed, fail. Okay, all fine. That's good. .NET publish, complete job. So go over there. There's the deploy step running in that pipeline action. Deploying to production. Yeah, That's exciting, this, isn't it? Like watching the little number counting up and up and up and up and up, and I'm gonna go to https://app.guitaraoke.live, and there we go. That's done. That is live. And somebody has starred Sweet Child of Mine 665 times. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, folks, hit that URL. So go here and drop on that and favorite some songs and sign up for some songs, and let's see if this thing is going to work. Let's see if we can break it. So what do we got on there? We've got that. So I'm going to say that one and that one and that one. Those are my favorites. And there's the queue. Yeah, I know there's no check on the cookie good. We don't care. You want to sign up a bunch of times? Yeah. By the way, if you do this on Saturday night when I'm actually running the night, you're going to be able to make it look like 800 people have favorited the same song. So the reason there's no check on the cookie good is because literally we're like, if you've got a cookie, we're going to assume you're a user because we have no authentication. There's nothing we could, like if you make a request, we assume you're supposed to be there. And, you know, otherwise it's like, well, hang on, who are you? And like, well, we don't know who you are. You're anonymous. There's no sign up, no payment, no authentication mechanism. And I could kind of go down the route of saying we'll throttle it. So if we get too many requests from the same IP, if there's no cookie, it accepts the stars. Well, no, if there's no cookie, it sets the star, or it sets the cookie. Every time you add a star, you get a cookie. It's just if you then clobber it on the next one, you get another cookie and another cookie and another cookie. But the reason is that when you go to here, the first time you hit this page, you have no cookie. But then when you favorite something, we go, oh, we don't know who you are. All right, have an account. Bang, set up. What do we got in the queue? Look at that. Aha, Take On Me. So I'm going to go and I'm going to say Aha, Take On Me. And I'm also going to play rhythm guitar and sing on that one. So there's Dylan, and submit that one. And there's the cue. And there we go. Me and Kat going to do a duet on that one. And Monkey Juice is going to sing Highway to Hell. So let's back up Monkey Juice on there. So we've got Highway to Hell. I'm going to play rhythm guitar on that one. So there we go. Let's have a look at the cue. That's rhythm guitar singing. Oh, look at that. Zalgo text. So I'm going to go all songs, and I'm going to go 4 non-blondes. And I'm going to put a string of the poop emoji in here. And submit that, and there's the cue, and look at that. Cat now doing a duet with the poop emoji, and Monkey Juice is doing a duet with the poop emoji. I mean, Zalgo's entertaining, but it works. It didn't blow up, nothing crashed. That's kind of fun. Let's try an injection attack. Let's go to all songs, and Backstreet Boys, Larger Than Life, and I am going to script type equals text JavaScript. Alert. We hack your stuff. Slash script. And we're going to submit. Oh, hang on. That. And there we go. And okay, cool. And there's the cue. And that, safe. No injection attack, nothing broken. I mean, it's nonsense. But, so more people can play the same instrument. What we tend to get when we do this for real is sometimes we got 3 or 4 people all singing together. Sometimes we'll get 3 or 4 people all playing the guitar in the same song. We normally only have 1 bass player because we only have 1 bass input on the mixing desk. But we got 3 guitar amps plus an acoustic guitar. So you can have 4 guitars and bass. There's a piano as well. And you could have 2 people playing the piano, like one doing the and one doing and duetting on it like that would be kind of fun. But yeah, this looks kind of yeah, this is probably going to work. Right, okay. Boom. Back to our specification, readme.md. What can we do? What do you want to sing or play? Yes, we have done that. Strike that. Shift-Alt-5 is in. Validation. You must pick an instrument. You must tell us your name. Can you edit your selection? Can you cancel completely by submitting an empty form? So let's have a look. If I got to Take On Me and I'm like, actually, no, not today. And okay, it's gone. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that one either. And I don't want to do Backstreet Boys. And okay, it's cool. So that works. So now I've got my user cookie. So when I go to all songs and I go Aerosmith and I'm going to change my name back to Dylan. And I'm going to play the piano on Dream On. There we go. Aerosmith Dream On piano. There's the cue. Right. So there are 2 significant chunks of work outstanding on this thing. So revisiting signups, that lot we can scrub. That's all sorted. Validation. What do you want to sing? Play is done. See the cue. That one is pretty much done. So let's tick that off. Cancel signups. I'm going to call that done. Actually, I'm not going to call it done because it's not properly done. So 2 big things missing. One is backstage. I need the screen where I can see who's signed up for what, and I can move stuff around. And I can be like, that person has just left, so they're not here anymore. See all active users. Remove a user if somebody has signed up but then has gone home. See favorites. So edit the queue, moving songs up and down. Edit the signups is just me being able to say, oh yeah, we're going to get Tom to play bass on that one. And then mark a song as done. We've already played it. So, and then I got to make the whole thing look nice. Skinning and front-end design, all that kind of stuff. So at the moment, it's all very functional and not very beautiful, which is all right. Okay, so let's grab a git commit -m. Signups are working. Git push. That's live. Folks, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take an hour. I'm going to eat some lunch and deal with some admin and catch up on a few things. And then I will be back online doing another few hours this afternoon. We're going to take this thing done. Get it finished. Get it plugged in and looking good, and the Backstage app built in, and the whole thing up and ready to run. Yeah. All right. So yeah, go enjoy. Have some lunch. Take a break. I'll be back in an hour or so. See you later.